Hello,
finishing
welcome
our
to the
visit
final
to
chapter
Croneo
of Croneo's
region.
story.
These
After
two
this, there'll be a
episodes
couple
of
of videos
Pokémon
detailing the
Croneo.
character design origins for Orpiment, as
Make
well
a channel
as
description
recaps
below,
for every
created by
mon
Dr.
and their shiny.
Evie, as
But
always.
yes, the end is nigh.
We
but where
reached
have
the
we left off?
climax.
Well,
with
at this
these two
point, you
parts.
should
Also,
have
we
8
did
gym
my
badges,
Pokemon team
beaten
and
6
whatnot.
Titans, well,
Later in
technically
the day.
7, and defeated 5 Team Syndicate admins. The last of which
We
being the
basically
disgraced
accomplished
former
everything
Professor
except the
Barkley,
final
who
chapter,
told you
of
about
course.
the time machine he invented, which can open up portals to Ultra Space,
Artist
which has been
interpretation.
transported to an undisclosed location. So naturally, you have to stop Team Syndicate, become the champion, and meet the box legend. Speaking
All
of,
within
I
1
did
hour. No, I'm
promise the
kidding.
lore, which I'll get to after
Save
asking
the
you to
world
like,
before
comment, subscribe, and
bedtime.
share. It would be a dream come true.
I'll
to
probably
get
review my
20,000
Pokemon
subscribers
team
by the end
like
of
as
the
a
year.
third
Also
upload
check out the
today or
links in
something
the
like
description
that.
to my Instagram
Or
and Discord,
maybe
and
later in the
consider
week, I don't
becoming a
know.
member of Patreon today.
Time has been
Cool
my enemy
rewards
this
such
week
as
so
watching
far,
videos early
but
and
we'll
seeing
see what
updates
happens.
on how the
Ironic,
next Pokemon region is
or maybe
coming
fitting
along.
given the Croneo
Anyways,
region's
lore
inspiration.
time. You would get a
Probably
recap of
when
the
we get
mighty
to it.
battle that the ancient Pokemon of Time had with the Ultra Beast, and how its defeat left crystal debris which was then bestowed to 3 Pokemon to become Priorate.
Now we get to
Mercurian,
follow up
and
on that
Orpith.
little plot point.
However, more details would be revealed. The sense of familiarity the
Time to reveal
Pokemon
them.
Time had with these crystals is due to how part of its body is made from the Time crystals, which is how it is able to have dominion over time. Its opponent was entirely made from these crystals, hence how fierce the battle was, as well as their rivalry.
Interesting.
Although Priorate, the Hindsight Pokemon, and Mebicordian, the Foresight Pokemon, had their transformations be completely successful, Orpith, the Insight Pokemon, was less successful. The crystals bonded to create the Pokemon, but developed impurities, which still look dazzling, and still
Yeah,
give
they
it the
do
powers
look
to
amazing
witness
all the same.
that is currently happening. But it gives it some physical instability. You'd receive bits and pieces of this lore throughout the Team Syndicate storyline. You'd inform Professor Jasper about this during the phone call you would have after completing all 3 storylines. They would say that this all makes sense, indicating how it pieces together all of their research on the Big Beasties phenomenon. They would also compile what you've
All
said
this
and
because of a
explain the
primal
lore the way I
Dialga.
did earlier. Lurker joins the call to update you on his search for Team Syndicate's machine. It's actually operating in the Farlands. So you head to the Farlands and
Interesting.
see a
They're hiding over
blonde-haired
there.
man wearing Crocs. It's Alexi.
You know who it
You
is.
also see Barkley tinkering with the machinery. Alexi proceeds to give his villain speech, stating why he and the others joined Team Syndicate. They all
It was a
desired
bright and
something
sunny day.
greater.
Wait.
That's why they got into this evil business to begin with, but they were snubbed.
Money.
They kept being snubbed of this greatness. However, Team Syndicate gives them a second chance. Alexia included. He didn't create it. He's not the head honcho. He's just found a new home. Looker tells him to cut to the chase. What are they doing? Alexi bluntly says, "We want power over time." Looker is in shock.
Well, straight
Partly
to the
because
point.
He can't believe it was that easy, but also he can't believe what he's hearing. Alexi continues by saying he was inspired by the scheme he was part of 2 years prior. Their plans were not big enough. They just wanted to capture the legendary for monetary purposes. If they'd utilized the powers of the legendary Pokemon, perhaps they would have won.
So now they're
But
using
why stop
legendary
at the
for
past
proper
or future?
use.
Why not both? Why not all? He's read up on a Pokemon called Gemporin, a supposed Ultra Beast made from time crystals. Perhaps it could help them
weird to
undo
look-
their defeats.
I thought it was
Perhaps
better
they
in
could
black,
stop future
honestly,
rebellion.
but black
Team
is a good
Syndicate
color
could be in
overall.
control,
This is
and
still
truly
decent,
control the world from the shadows. Orpith, the Insight Pokemon, is the key to this. It knows all the present, so would be suspicious already, but would try to stop Team Syndicate from using their time machine. They don't know if it actually works or not, but it doesn't matter. It's doing enough to cause disturbances in the fabric of time and dimensional space, hence the Big Beasties. Priorate and Mebicordian wouldn't spot this, as these distortions hypothetically don't exist on their wavelength. Even if they were detectable,
That's
Barkley
the
did some
future.
game
It's
theory,
weird, 'cause
the
you think
mathematical
the
subject,
horse
not
would
the
think it's the
passion.
future.
And it was statistically likely that Orpith would be the one to arrive.
It
It also
wasn't the
has
one that
more
would get in the
unstable
way.
time crystals, so in theory,
I mean,
based
you know,
on
with
the
the Thor
research
would get in the
that
way, it
Father
stopped
and
this,
Nate
so
have
no need to
conducted,
interfere.
it is likely that a fusion could happen using Barkley's device. You both lunge to stop.
Also, I learned that Flash
but
with Team
Team
Fire
Syndicate
actually
runs
comes back in
physically stop
Pokemon
you
ZA.
both. You
Makes
then have
sense
a
though,
double
considering it's a
battle
Pokemon X and
before
Y
Alexi
sequel, but still
immediately
neat that they
battles
brought
you
her
up,
back.
gloating that he knows
Praise
he's
for the
stolen,
good guys now,
but
it's community
doesn't
service
care
or
because
something.
you're too late
Neat.
anyways. It's a single battle with his new team of Cast Form, which will set up Mist, Grimmsnarl, Galarian Rapidash, Cronian Naganadel, Tinkaton, and Cronian King Gambit. He's
All in
surprised
bright
you're able
white.
to defeat him, but Barkley then calls over shouting, "I think it's working!" You start to see reality distort around you. To give
Oh,
visual
crap.
reference, it would
We're
look
too
a bit
late.
like the mirror dimension in the Doctor Strange movies. You then hear a bird call from above. Orpith has arrived. Barkley cranks a lever which ensnares it. Barkley lets him before saying,
it's a bird!
Well, I've captured Orpith for you, Alexi. You know what to do, my dear. Alexi walks towards Barkley, turns around quickly, readjusts his clothing and hair. You are challenged by Syndicate Chief Admin Alexi again.
Oh
he
crap,
sends
not
out
again.
Orpith but since it's not in a Pokeball, he doesn't throw one. See the Galar DLC or even Heart Gold Soul Silver for more. This is your first fight against Orpith. I hope you're ready. You defeat it in battle, as you know how to deal with its ability and normal flying types. Barkley's laughter gets more intense. Dare I say it becomes a cackle. He proceeds to say, you really are stupid, aren't you? This was a ruse. I can't believe you were gullible enough to fall for this again. He proceeds to press a few buttons, flick some switches, and raise some sliders. This appears to cause an ultra wormhole to appear. Alexi looks in awe, then says the following. We are gathered here at the dawn of a new age. A dazzling deity has graced us with its presence. Soon the walls of time will wither and be tested to their limits. The world will fear our name of Syndicate, as time itself is our plaything. We walk across the world unbeknownst to anyone. This is our Kingmaker, and thy name is Gemporum. He turns around. This power sets us above the gods, before glancing at Barkley. It has been your dream to play God. Isn't that right, Sweetums? Barkley Len takes out a crystal with a button on it, which he presses. It starts glowing before
So this is what the gay agenda was all about the entire time.
A burst of light then occurs. Once it dissipates, you see Orpith corrupted form, and then a health bar, like with the big beasties.
It's
or the Titans.
I'll
give you a hint.
them.
It's rock flying, so bear that in mind. You defeat it, and
Rock
it
flying.
roars an unnatural roar. You almost hear Orpith natural call.
Quick, use an ice type attack.
It itself, Alexi, Barkley, and their machinery away. Looker says that they need to find them somewhere. He has a hunch about where they are, but before he can say anything, you both see a crystalline echo of what Orpith once was, terrorizing people. Before roosting around the area, you fought the beasts of the Farland Sea. You then fight it with Looker. After you win, you get a call from your grandpa, asking if you've seen everything that's going on. With
I was there for it.
Pokemon across the region. This instigates 5 more battles you need to have with these Orpith echoes.
Oh,
all
great.
Of which in the
More
previous
fights.
locations. Looker will join you
I can't
in the
believe there are
Rowan
Pokemon
Islands,
battles in this
Jasper
Pokemon
will
game.
join you in the Northlands and the West Awake Ruins, and Gramps will join you in the Fluorescent Forest.
At least we get some help.
You will also see other gym leaders helping out.
Oh,
as
nice.
there aren't just echoes of Orpith but a bunch of other wild Pokemon. You can even talk to them and see how passionate they are about helping everyone out. Once the
that's
Orpith
nice. Get a
echoes
little
are
extra
defeated,
details on their
reality
characters.
distortions start to form, and all of it is coming from the top of Ben Cairn. Looker runs up to you and says you both need to get up there. As you ascend, you bump into Jasper and your grandpa. Jasper says they're helping him get home, and recommends you do the same. A dialogue option appears.
I want to help Looker. I want to stop
or
Team
I'm
Syndicate.
Gonna stop Team Syndicate. Either way, you are determined to see this through. Looker tells the other two, I'll keep the kids safe. You both arrive at the top, and you see Barkley panicking as Orpith is destroying his equipment.
It's going haywire.
Alexi seems to be chanting words. Gemporum hic est ut omnis nos finiant. He keeps chanting it.
No, I
If
don't
you
want
to
to
know
grow
what it
cheese with
means,
that.
he's speaking in Latin, saying Gemporum is here to end us all. Nothing in the game would translate this, but I thought I'd just say while I'm here. Anyways, in his fury, Barkley
Why
takes
not?
it out on you.
It's
His
fun.
team is the same as before, but this time he adds a Galarian Rapidash. Once you defeat him,
For
he
flavor.
melts down, away from you. This catches Alexi's attention.
Pure crash
he
out.
turns round and calmly says,
Turn around a lot.
Gemporum hic est ut omnis nod finiant. Before battling you, his team is the exact same as before, just slightly higher level. I must note his King Gambit has Supreme Overlord as its ability, which he sends out last. His battle won't be easy, but after you beat him, Looker heals your Pokemon. Although, Orpith sees this, because its mind has also been corrupted by Gemporum. Despite attempts to fight back, it decides to battle you. Same thing as before,
Great.
just slightly higher level and slightly different moves. As soon as it goes
Round
into
2.
yellow health, a purple crystally portal opens up. Barkley shouts, "It has opened up a portal. It's trying to alter time to its will. This was not part of the plan." Alexi
Blast burn
continues to shout
now!
in Latin. A vacuum starts to pick up, and you start to be lifted off the ground. However,
Use Hyper
Looker
Beam!
intervenes and saves you from being pulled in. Unfortunately, he gets pulled in instead and
Well,
falls
bye,
through the
Looker.
wormhole. The vacuum dies down. It seems like Orpith power is weakening. Barkley goes over to Alexi and says, "Come on, darling. We need to go into hiding." Alexi wails about having failed. They both get away. You continue the battle and defeat
Gotta stop
Orpith
this
Eagle's
time
corrupted
stream
form.
phenomenon.
The portal closes. Orpith appears weak. A flash of light then happens, separating Gemporum from Orpethegel before it flies away.
Whoa.
Orpethegel stands before you.
He's
in its
evolved, according to his
purified
true form.
You hear words burn into your mind.
Thank you, young trainer. The grasp Gemporum had over me is now gone. The instability in my time crystals has now been resolved. I am what I was always destined to be. As a way to show gratitude, I shall bestow myself to you, and fight battles alongside you as you wish. My
Free
only
legendary.
caveat is that you battle me as I am. Feel free to take as much time as you need to prepare.
You can battle it now.
Go
or in
Master
post-game.
Ball.
If it faints, it would respawn the next day. It is Dragon
Oh, that's nice. Don't have to wait for the
and
Elite
would
Four or
yet
anything
again
like that.
have different moves. You find the button Barkley was using. Its name is the Stabilizer, and it confused them again, and turn its purified form into its original form.
That's
you then
nice.
see someone approach. It's Looker. The other end of the portal was the one you saw at the start of the game. Since then, Looker was waiting around until
So he just
the
went
time was
slightly to the
He
right,
thanks
basically.
you, as everything seems to be over now. He bumped into your grandpa.
Like
on
we
his
saw
way
him just
here,
completely
who
drop
said
down
to
at the
tell
beginning
you
of the game,
he's
so
got
this is
8
following up
badges,
on...
and
Okay,
meet
so he
you
was in a bit of a
outside the
time
Pokemon
loop.
League in Gosford. So you head there and meet
That's
up with
funny.
him. He holds up a newspaper and is excited that his grandchild saved
Or there
the
were
day.
two Lookers,
It's front
typically.
page news and everything. He believes you are the very best. That no one ever was. But
Huh.
there's one way to prove it. You both have 8 badges and a fully evolved team. So
You
he
know what
challenges
that
you
means.
to one final battle. With his ace being the starter weak to yours, which is accompanied by a Crossbray, Hedgerow, Jackaterror, Drampa, and Alakazam. He's finally figured out how to evolve them all.
Good for him.
He knows how to use them. He doesn't hold back. Once you beat him, he gives you a hug. He's so proud of you. He wishes you luck for the Pokemon League. Go get him, Tiger! So you enter the league. Sure, it's the same building the previous Crooks used, but it's under new management. You are informed they can be fought in
If it ain't
any
broke,
order,
don't fix it.
just like last time. The order I will say them in will be for dramatic effect. The first
Okay.
I will mention is the normal Elite Four. Sunny. He loves his golf
Hey, you
almost
got
as
to be
much
Elite
as he
Four
loves
member.
Pokemon
Nice.
battling. He's one of the best golfers in the world.
This is
and
the second
has
time I've
proven
been an Elite
himself
Four member that
despite
has golf
accusations that he
involved.
was just a nepotism baby. In the past 2 years, he's proven himself. He never really cared what people think, but more deserved recognition is nice for him. His team is Castform, which
It
sets up Wind,
It does suck when you
Clopwall,
legitimately
Woo,
are qualified
Brighteon,
for
and
everything and do
Golfwall,
everything
which
the
is
right
his
way,
ace.
but
If
people
you
just
rematch him in the
brush
post-game
you up and
games
just like,
ahead,
oh, you're only higher
time
because
for
of
a new
X, because
face
of
in
Y.
the Fighting Elite Four member, Mackenzie.
Hey.
Her poetry is as fierce as her battling.
New one.
Mackenzie's full team is Protest Myriad, Croneo Berserker, Nezuken, Bibelite, and Barasel as their ace.
His rematch teams include Croneo and Blastoise.
And yes, I used
Fun.
he, she, and they to describe Mackenzie. There are plenty of people who have no specific pronoun of choice, and Mackenzie wouldn't either. It makes poetry easier. If you're not a fan of this, you probably already checked out at the Professor being an MB2. But if you're still
Probably.
here to complain, you know where the door is. I'm gonna move
Yeah.
on to a different door. That's to the Dark-type Elite Four members.
I mean, yeah, I
Her
imagine
name is
having
Bright,
multiple
who
genders
be
would make it a
familiar
lot
figure to
easier,
those who
or a
play
lot of
Agate
pronouns would make it
Obsidian.
rhyming
Her
a hell of a lot
ability to
easier, that's a
mobilize
fact.
people in tough situations, and her battle
Good
proficiency,
to see you again.
evident in her previous position as 8th gym leader, made her the perfect candidate as an Elite Four member. She sees you as a very capable opponent, and news travels fast as far as she's concerned, so she congratulates you on saving the region. She's excited to battle you. Her team consists of Croneo Zebstrika. If you didn't get the memo, it's Water Dark type now. It wouldn't be on Anastasia's team in Agate and Obsidian anymore. Dreadcap, Croneo and Obstagoon, Weavile, and Nosferatu, her ace.
Fun team.
Rematches would include Rotom Tick. The remaining Elite Four member is the ground specialist, Douglas. His fight to be eligible for
Good to see you
consideration
again
to
as
be
well.
a gym leader ended 2 years ago. It turns out he was strong enough to be eligible for the Elite Four.
Hey,
He's
good for
humble,
him.
but can't hide his pride. He's honestly
He really
excited
moved
to
up
face
in
a
the
new
world.
challenger, and he's formidable. His team is Petion, Croneo Crabominable, Sherlock, Cronifay, and his ace, Croneo Luxray. Upon rematches, he actually uses an Ursaluna. After these
Ooh,
4
nice.
battles, you'll be able to enter the Champions Arena. You hear fanfares and cheers. You see one of 3 people, chosen at random. Andy, Sammy, or Sophie. They remain undefeated in 2 years. If you connect your save file from Agate or Obsidian, which would be like if you connect your Black 2 White 2 game to your Black and White game, it would cause the champion to have your previous team at a suitable level.
Okay, that's fine.
Assuming you did become the champion in that save. If you don't, this champion battle would be against all 6 starters. With
Okay,
the ace
that's
being
fine, I
the
like
one
that.
strong against yours. Once you win,
That's
you
a good way
head
of
into
ending the
Hall of
game.
Fame
That's a
with
nice,
the Elite
solid
Four and champion
ending.
behind
Good
you.
job.
Of course, you record your team there, and the credits roll. And that's it for the story. There would be a few post-game events.
Naturally.
Your Grandpa Hamish is
Go
excited
find
you're a
YouTube.
champion and wants to fight you as champion on the top of Ben Cairn. Once the
Go
battle's
figure.
over, he reminds you that you can rematch every gym leader, including the ones you didn't face, as well as the Pokemon League and former champion. You can also rematch Hamish at any time. You can also have a special battle with Dragon-type gym leader Heather, with her team she had as the rival in Agate or Obsidian, assuming you connect to the relevant save file, like I discussed earlier. You can also rematch the 6 main Team Syndicate members, as Looker calls you about this. You can locate them doing shady business in a cave in the Farlands. A random one is available to be battled each day. You can even find the trainers who weren't around in Orphan's story, but were in Agate and Obsidian. Taylor can be found in a house in Zampeton, Sterling can be found in Aberlaki, Miriam can be found in Gosford, Rory can be found in Alderney, Morven can be found in the big touristy building in the Farlands, and even Stuart can be found in Azamori.
I think that's fun. Nothing wrong with some non-canon for fun rematches.
Here. If you meet up with Professor Jasper in their lab, they help you track down Gemporum, who will act as a roaming legendary, updating your Rotom phone with an app designed to track roaming legendaries, such as Gemporum.
Joy.
Speaking of legendaries, you can complete side quests to encounter non-shiny locked Priorate and Mebacordian in the Zeninsula, as well as encountering each of the Regis in their temples. There would also be mythical events from Miskit, Destoon, and Empari, just like in Agate and Obsidian. The reason this won't apply to Croneo and Manaphy is because the room you found Barkley in originally is the same room you would have encountered Croneo and Manaphy. If you go there in the post-game, you find a scientist called Tim. He saw the door was left open, and decided to refine the time machine prototype that was just left there.
Oh, that
he
sounds
asks if you want
ballsy.
to do some experiments. This would sort of act as the Dynamax adventures of this game. And sort of act similarly, where you can store 3 legendary routes, but instead of going into a den and just finding a legendary, you actually open up a portal to where you could originally encounter this legendary. If a particular legendary did not have a set location in the official series where they were encountered, they would just roam. Hence the app. But otherwise, you'd see locations such as Cerulean Cave for Mewtwo, Ho-Oh on the top of its tower, Rayquaza on the top of Sky Pillar, the Lake Guardians in their lakes, Ogerpon in its cave in Kitakami. The list can go on.
I think that's a really fun idea to bring back some nostalgia
but if
from the
enough
old
people
games
ask,
with
I'll
a good
leave them all
excuse
in the
thrown in.
If you get all the legends, you might even get some mythicals, and therefore Croneo and Manaphy. But that's it!
Hey,
the entire story of the Croneo region. Next time, I'll explain the character designs and why they are the way they are. Then after that, I'll do one final compilation of every Chroneomon and their shiny. Thank you all so much for watching.
I say this is a solid ending to the bonus chapter of the Pokemon Croneo region. A nice little post-game story as well, not too much of a deep story, but it's just nice when the game just be like, hey, you know everyone from the previous games? Let's bring them back and have some fun with them. Why not? And the main story itself was pretty cool, just a nice follow-up to the previous story and all those events that transpired, and now the after effects of that happening. They're out. The bad guys are back, and now better than ever, trying to get legendaries to actually, instead of just being like, let's just do them to look cool, let's actually, like, actually, these are gods, why don't we use gods as for, like, you know, for godlike power? And then, unfortunately, went to their head, and they lost control of their own deity, and then all hell broke loose. And we had to fix it up, because when all else fails, leave it to the 10-year-old. It's the Pokemon way, what are you gonna do? But it's funny to just be like, oh no, we cannot save the world as a bunch of adults. Maybe the 10-year-old can help us. It's one of those things. It is what it is, though. It's just funny. Oh, yeah. But yeah, nice follow-up and a nice ending to see how it all goes. Didn't know that the freaking leaders swung that way, but hey, whatever. I ain't knocking, I just didn't know. It's one of those things just like, oh, okay, whatever. I mean, I guess to break out of prison like that, there has to be something more to it than just we want to work together. And plus you work... Sorry. You work with the same person long enough, eventually you start to feel something towards them. Can't just be like, mutual acquaintance forever. I mean, yeah. But whatever. It's just, evil is evil, doesn't care which way you swing. If you're a bad person, you're a bad person. That's the end of the story. Which is pretty nice. I guess, I don't know. You know, some stories be like, well, fuck it, we don't need to go down that path. Just shows that anyone can be evil, regardless of which way you go. But, anyway, yeah. Nice big happy ending. I like how it loops around with Looker, just like he randomly falls to a portal at the beginning of the story, and at the end he randomly goes to the portal again, and we basically reset. So he's kind of in a time loop. I can't actually finish this mission. Oh no, this is hell. Or maybe after, like, you know, you stop the freaking raging legendary, he just comes back again. It's like, oh, okay. Oh, whew, time loop broken. Where the other legendaries didn't get involved, this is some thing that's going on, because just like one's the past, one's the future. You'd think it would be within their power in some way, but excuse me. I guess the time machine didn't take them back in time, it moved them slightly to the left. Whatever. Either way, but yeah, a solid ending to the Croneo region. It was done very well by Dr. Eevee, who came up with these great ideas and great designs and great characters, and came up with all of this fun stuff. Yeah, I think it's pretty inspirational in its own right. I just feel like it's copy-pasting something else and just do it to the original, because let's face it, some Pokemon stories, they can feel a little copy-pasty at times. Not that it's a bad thing automatically. I mean, you're making freaking a Pokemon game every single freaking year. There's going to be a corner cut here or there, but just like, I feel like I've done this in a game before. Nah, whatever. As long as you have fun at the end of the day, that's what really matters. But maybe that's just me. Oh no, the evil team has stopped coming to hunt the legendaries. Where have I seen this before? Oh yeah, almost all of them. Whatever. I guess we'll see what happens as time goes on, but whatever comes next, I hope we enjoy it all together. But overall, yeah, go check out Dr. Eevee's channel, link in the channel below as always. I guess I'll just end here with saying thank you for watching, hope you enjoyed, see you all next time, later.